Sanctuary, Heavenly Birthstones and Personalities, Part 1, based on research by Dr. Leslie Harding, compiled by Shirley Jean Street and read by Wayne T. Street. This presentation is a compilation of thoughtful research. It is not, however, a substitute for personal study. The intent of this study is to emphasize the importance of realizing the significance of God's original signs and symbols, and consider their application to us today. The significance of this study is the true value of character development. Stones in their natural state symbolize our inherited nature, while polished stones symbolize our character after it has been perfected by the grace of Jesus. The following depiction relates to the birthstones of Jacob's 12 sons, the 12 tribes of Israel. These precious jewels were displayed on the breastplate of the high priest, which he wore close to his heart. The development of a true Christian character is one of the major purposes of the plan of salvation. This should be our supreme object in life. Family association is a vital factor in this achievement. The responsibility of parents for guiding the expanding minds of their children is second to none. If father and mother themselves resolve to live Christian lives and then to instill the principles of virtuous living in the members of their family, their children and youth will face life with a foundation which will not crumble in the shocks of temptation. On the other hand, when parents live at cross purposes, embittered and selfish, children inevitably face life with outlooks that are warped and cynical. God understands the differences made in character development because of home environment. He declares, "I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia, this man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. The Lord shall count, carefully estimate, when he writes up the people, that this man was born there." Psalm 87, verses 4-6. To balance unfavorable environmental factors, God gives his children abundant supplies of his compensating grace. About 2,000 years before, Christ started a plan to stem the overflowing corruption caused by sin through developing a virtuous nation of the descendants of Abraham. These people were to represent him upon earth. They were to witness to the transforming and keeping power of divine grace in human life. They were to demonstrate to all the universe his ultimate purposes for the redeemed. In short, they were to be the Lord's Exhibit A to reveal the final privileges of sonship to the universe. God delights in the seemingly impossible. See Luke 18, verse 27. Thus, he did not choose to gather his elect from ideal stock or settle and develop them in perfect surroundings. That would have been altogether too easy. For then Satan would have taunted him. Read Ezekiel 16, verses 2-5, and Job chapter 1, verses 9-11, and also chapter 2, verses 4 and 5. Had Jehovah selected his people from only the good, the devil might readily have accused him before the universe of being partial and arbitrary. It is therefore highly instructive to consider carefully the character development of the immediate ancestors of the 12 patriarchs. It was this group of men who became the progenitors of the people of Israel. And finally, on the gates of the New Jerusalem, they will represent every man and woman who ultimately will be saved.